Hey, yo, what's good, what's good, what's good? Welcome to Reflections of a DJ, the R.O.A.D podcast presented by DJ City and Beat Source. I am one of your hosts, DJ Crooked. We've got DJ D-Miles here.
What's good, what's good?
We got Jamie the Great.
Yep.
Never is MIA. You know, he's feeling under the weather. He's sick. He's not here.
No
which
chance.
is very rare. He hasn't showed up. And we have our associate producer
There
here,
it is.
There she
Nudia.
is.
Yay!
There you go.
Jesus
Nudia.
Christ. After long meetings of
Right.
what is she?
The first month she was an assistant producer,
Yeah.
and now she's worked her way to
she's
associate.
associate.
Yeah.
We're moving the needle here, guys.
Yeah, you've been doing great. Actually, Nudia, everyone was really happy about, you know,
The
you're
beat
basically your involvement in the podcast.
Yeah,
so
people
it's
are
been
loving
good.
you.
Yeah,
A lot of
It
there's
is
still
nice
some
to
there's
have
still
a-
some bitches hating.
yeah. Some bitches
Always.
hating.
You gotta be doing, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing your job.
No, it's been super fun. This has been like a great time with you guys.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's-
You're great.
I look forward to it.
So
She does.
I gotta ask a question
Mhm.
because you know Nudia's been working with us for how long now?
About 2 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
2
shit.
months?
Are you
Roughly.
serious? We're gonna start like this?
Wait.
Late August.
Wait. I'm asking a question since
I
we're
know
talking
where you're going.
since we're talking about associate assistant producer, right?
Yeah.
So wait, I got a question, right?
Yes.
Let's say you start a new job.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right? Let's say you start a new job somewhere, right? Let's say it's a job like maybe it's a really dope restaurant,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You start your job the first month, you know, maybe first month and a half of your first job.
Yeah.
How soon are you gonna start asking the boss, right,
Mm-hmm.
at that restaurant to hook up your friends or family with a free meal? How long do you wait?
Ooh.
How long do you
gotta
wait?
be at least a year in. Minimum.
I don't even know if you gotta be a year in, but you gotta have like a,
Like
you gotta have that, you gotta build a rapport at least,
maybe
right?
maybe
6
4
months.
months,
6
4
months?
6 months,
Yeah.
right?
That's 6
Yeah.
months.
Okay, you're dragging.
Wait. So
you're
6
dragging
wait.
it.
So
Let's
6
go.
months is good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 months is like, yo, if you're doing a great job,
Yeah, if you like.
yeah,
like,
Okay.
you killing it.
If
Yeah, that's
no
cool.
one's caught on, I ask Crooked for something.
Okay.
If
So-
no one's put
Let
it
him-
together, that's
let
where
him
we're
talk,
getting.
Nudia.
I know.
Jesus.
I'm telling my truth.
Yeah.
Right.
Can
like
he
this-
speak for
I
once?
like this setup. I like this setup. Let's
So-
let's go.
It'd be so dramatic.
So Nudia calls me.
Okay.
Doesn't even
and I
text me.
called him
right?
because I wanted to see the temperature of his voice.
Right.
If he was annoyed, I wasn't gonna ask, or if he seemed like mad, I wasn't gonna ask.
I got a question.
So I
right?
called to hear the temperature,
Right.
to feel it out.
Once again, this was all about her feeling the temperature. It wasn't if I was available for a call, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So usually what you would do is you would text, yo, can I call you real quick?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mind you, me and you've been working together for 4 years, and I still text you or you text me.
Yeah.
Okay,
You got-
Jamie,
can
it
you jump
isn't
on the
about
phone?
you
Okay,
right
okay.
now, though.
Yeah.
All right.
I can certify that.
Anyway, she calls me, right? And I'm in the middle of something, so I'm like, oh, this must be an emergency, right?
Yeah.
Because when someone calls you without a text,
Especially her.
wait, if I called you, right, you'd be like, oh shit,
Gotta be
something's
important. Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Am I
sure.
wrong?
Yeah. That's what I would. That's how
I'm
I
not
would
crazy,
take it.
right?
No,
Can
you're
you
right.
reconfirm?
Yes, reconfirm.
That's 3-1 right now, okay?
Yeah.
So then she calls me, right? And I'm like, something's wrong. So I picked up, and I'm like, well, yo, what's good? You know, like I'm
Yeah,
chill.
you sounded happy.
And then, and then she's like, you know, like my parents are in New York,
Okay.
and you know, she's like, I guess she heard the James Wang
I didn't. No, I
episode,
just said.
right?
Shout out to James Wang.
She's like, can you ask your Asian Avenger to
I
hook
did
up
not.
my parents?
No, I did not.
My
I was
Mexican
like,
Avenger.
hey, is there any way you'd be able to get him into Lavo? If not, like, not a big deal.
Okay.
And I'm still waiting to hear the temperature of his voice.
So
He's
wait.
like,
She
Okay.
asked,
Okay.
my
He's
parents are in New York. Can you get him into Lavo on Friday night? Right?
Yes.
Big deal.
And how was my reaction? Did I pause? I said,
He was like, all right. Like, you didn't seem.
I didn't see him anything, right?
Yeah.
You seemed fine.
So I was like, all right, you know what? Like, I was like, in my head, can I just run through what was in my head?
Oh.
Yes,
yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
please.
All right.
The floor is
I
yours.
thought this was an emergency, but she's calling me, right, to hook up her parents in New York.
Yes.
And I said, you know what? Let me look out for her.
So you went from being concerned, thinking that she was calling you
Right.
for an emergency,
Well,
to like,
that's how you have to get. That's a
to
tactic.
like, oh, it's not an emergency.
It's not him. She wants something, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't need it. She wants something,
Yeah.
right? And it's not for her. It's for her parents, right? Who I've never met, but I'm
Right.
sure are great.
Shout outs to them
Yeah.
because I
Great
think they may
people.
listen.
Right. So that, yeah, for sure. So then I literally get off the phone
Yes.
and I said, you know what? Let me tackle this shit now, right? So I
Right.
stop what I'm doing. I text my Asian Avenger. I text James Huang.
Avenger.
He texts multiple people at Lavo.
Yes.
And we get her father and
Her
mom on the list for Friday at Lavo. Now, mind you, this is the weekend of Rolling Loud.
Okay.
Right, in New York. And Halloween weekend.
Oof.
Okay? This is a money weekend.
Money weekend.
100%.
Right?
Not just anybody can get into. Yeah.
Okay. So they're like, who is this person? I said, you know what? It's the parents of a very good friend of mine. I need you.
Very good
Wait,
friend.
listen. I need y'all to take care of her. Like, take care of them.
Like
you know,
family,
it's
yeah.
important to me. So they're like, you know what, Crook, for you, we do it. All right?
Yes.
I get a call, right? Or I go, did you text me? Or did you call me?
So what happened was my parents call me and they tell me they're not going to make it to Lavo. And I'm like dreading.
On Friday.
I'm dreading having to like tell Crooked. They're like, oh, can they guess in tomorrow? I'm like, Mom, it doesn't work that way. Like, that's Halloween tomorrow. Like, I know, like, there's no way.
Well, Halloween, it was on a Sunday, but
Yeah,
that Saturday is
Saturday
probably
was-
the biggest
Yeah.
part.
And so I
right.
was just like, I was annoyed and I was just like, there's no fucking way. Like, it's going to be crazy. And she's like, oh, we couldn't fucking make it. It's pouring rain, whatever, right? And so I'm dreading first of all, I have to tell Crooked that they're not coming. So like everything that he set up just went to shit, and I just wasted a bunch of people's time. So I'm like, damn it. At first I have to tell him, and then second of all, then I'm gonna ask if they could get in for Saturday.
Right.
So I text him. I'm like, hey, hi. Right? Because I'm just like, that's one text, and the next text I say, annoying. I just put annoying and like and then I tell him, and then he's texting me and I'm like, honestly, like, don't worry about it. I was just like blah blah blah. He's like, oh, it's like really like kind of inconvenient. I don't really remember the wordage, but like he seems fine. And then he calls me and then he gives me like the biggest verbal ass whooping of my entire life. And
Wait, that's the biggest verbal ass whooping you've ever
no,
gotten?
but I'm just saying, like, I had a double that day. So I'm like laying on the floor. I'm so fucking tired. And then he's calling me and I have zero fucking energy. And yeah, you know, I understood where he was coming from. So I'm with my sister. She's doing her makeup. I put him on speaker, right? And he's just like, yo, like, listen.
Probably with her sister, she's like, see what an asshole he is. Listen to him. Look
No,
how crazy.
I really
listen how crazy this motherfucker
No,
is.
I was
Listen.
Mind you, it was for her parents too.
It was, and I'm just like, I'm mad because I'm like, and now I have to, like, really, I was just like, I wish I could have fucking gotten the Mandalorian in that minute and gone back in time and fucking Marty McFly this shit and been like, never even. And now I'm in this situation
first of all,
I don't even want to be in.
Wait, first of all, she said Star Wars The Mandalorian.
Oh, sorry. What is it?
Wait.
What is it?
Yeah, I was confused.
It's
Hold on.
the DeLorean.
The DeLorean.
The DeLorean.
Don't edit that out. Don't edit that out.
The Mandalorian.
I was like, I just like Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I was like, the
Going back in
Mandalorian
time.
wasn't a time traveler.
Oh, I was wondering
He was a
why.
bounty hunter.
I did see you like look weird at me, but like no, I wanted the fucking DeLorean in that minute. Like I would have given my firstborn child up
First off,
for the fucking
the new rule for Nudia is
DeLorean.
don't make any more 80s or 90s references in your life. Ever.
No, it was close. It was close.
All right.
So then I have him on speaker.
Wait, so what
right?
did your sister say?
So then Crooked's just talking the way Crooked talks, right? And he's just like, this is like 10 minutes of Crooked just
What does
talking
that
to
mean?
me.
Hold on.
You know, everyone knows who listens to this podcast knows what that means. Like he's talking for
do they?
10 minutes straight. Like he's just talking. And then I'm just there. I'm like, I completely, I get it. I'm so sorry. Like, look, don't even, like, I just wanted to tell you because I don't want your people to be like, where the fuck are these people that you said were going to show up and they never did, you know? And so he's just talking and my sister's mouthing at me and she's like, you're really gonna let him talk to you that way? She's like, you're really not gonna say anything to this New York motherfucker?
This is older or younger sister?
She's 5 years younger, but she's like,
nice.
She's
Nice attitude.
Nice attitude.
I like it.
she's really.
She's got the balls.
We're completely
out of you,
separate.
Right? Yeah.
We're completely fucking separate. Like
Yeah.
she's
She's
like
the
never
rebel.
happy. I'm
She's
like
the
always
rebel,
happy.
right?
Yeah. she's like just crazy
You're the
shit.
pleaser and she's the rebel.
I'm like the angel and she's
Right.
like the fucking devil
Right.
She
child,
said
right?
this New York motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh, because
She didn't say. She just added that spice.
No, let me tell you. Because on the phone, listen.
She doesn't know I'm from New York.
Listen, no, yes, because Crooked's like, I don't know the way you West Coast people do it.
Oh yeah, that's something about Crooked.
He's like, but this is the East Coast. We're
I
in
say
New
that?
York.
Did I
Yeah,
say that?
he said
Okay.
it like 5 times. He's like, y'all West Coast people think you could just
So
fucking
Manhattan's
ask
in the
for
building.
shit, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, Crooked. And so she did know you're from New York. She's like, I can't fucking stand guys from New York. She's like, she's like, you're really gonna let? And I'm just like. And I'm mouthing to her. I'm like, yes. Because I'm laying on the floor, fucking exhausted. I'm like,
Okay.
just listening to Crooked. I'm like, I'm sorry. And then, like, somewhere in
Yo,
between.
call her right now and tell her to say that shit to my face.
So you really want me to call her?
No, please. Oh my God.
Jesus.
We'll skip next week's episode. We'll skip this
Just
week's.
don't
I'll be
get
like,
this
there's no
part.
episode this week.
We're ending right here.
And you know you have to blame
Nudia's sister.
Nudia and Nudia's sister and Nudia's parents. The whole Hernandez family. All of them.
Oh
All
my
of
gosh.
All of
I'm
them.
fucking
Yeah,
dead.
go on. Finish your truth.
So basically, like, Crooked's talking, right? And I'm just like listening to him, and then he's like talking a lot, and they pause. He starts laughing, and I'm like, okay,
I
think
laughed.
he's okay. Yeah, like I think you were just fucking delusional.
I was laughing because I was like,
I can't believe this shit is happening.
I can't believe I'm on the phone,
Yeah.
showing this motherfucker about etiquette.
You know how to
Right.
show. I completely.
Professional
I
etiquette.
I completely understand. I understood where you were coming from. Again, I fucking get it. And then he's like, and then he just starts talking out loud. He's like, we've been on this phone for 12 minutes. He's like, and then I spent probably 5 minutes. He's like, so it's been 17 minutes altogether
Sounds about
I've
right.
spent on this. And I'm just like, oh my God, I feel so.
I think it was like half an hour.
That's about
Yeah.
half.
Yeah. So,
Anyway, what I was talking about, right?
Yes.
It was just that what I was trying to say is that I never ask for favors.
Right.
I never ask motherfuckers for favors.
You really don't.
I don't. So that's why, like, everyone always says, like, who are these nobody DJs that have a podcast and have, like, certain DJs come on their show? You know, and the thing is, Never and I, right? And all of us pretty much. Never and I never ask for favors.
Yeah.
We don't bother motherfuckers for shit. And then when we do favors for motherfuckers or when we look out, we never bring the shit up. We never like tell them like, yo, I wash your back, you wash mine.
Yeah.
So when because of this, when I do ask for favors, motherfuckers bend over backwards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like
they
they
come through.
seriously look out.
Yeah, they look up.
So like my only thing is like I don't like asking for favors or being, and the thing is in New York, I think it's different in New York than it is on the West Coast.
Yeah.
I feel like, and this is why I say this, and Jamie's gonna hate this, but
Go ahead.
Jamie, when
Speak
we
the
had
truth.
Shecky Green, remember we had John Schechter
Yes,
on the
yes,
podcast,
yes, yes,
right?
yes.
And he spoke that he worked at the Win, right?
Uh-huh.
Jamie didn't know that like Sheck wasn't still working at the Win, right? So Jamie in his head during that time, this is probably 2018, 17 or whatever.
It was top of 18.
Top of 2018. He doesn't know Shecky, but he has his number because he's in a group chat with all of us so we can coordinate the podcast episode.
Right.
After the episode, Jamie wants to go to a Win Property club. He wants to go to Excess or something.
Yeah, I wanted to take a family member.
In
for the
his
birthday.
head, he thought, oh, I'm just going to text Sheck and be like, yo, can you get me in?
Right.
And I fucking went ballistic.
Wait, this was in the group chat?
This is like, I think we were just talking or
No, I asked you. I called you. Or
And
I
he's-
was in person and I
I
asked
said, yo,
you.
can I hit up Sheck and get me
Yeah,
in
I-
Excess? And I went ballistic.
Yeah.
And I said, first off, Shecky doesn't know you.
Yeah.
He doesn't know you. But somewhere in your head, you think because he was on the podcast with you, you can ask him for a favor. So in my head, I think that's some West Coast shit. And because I only say this, not to diss West Coast motherfuckers or Cali motherfuckers,
Here we go.
right? But in my experience, that has happened a lot with Cali motherfuckers. They meet me or they say hello to me, and I think it's love. I think it's cool. And then all of a sudden, boom, what you do? Like, how can I get into a Vegas nightclub?
Yeah.
try-
How could I get it? Can you get me into this club? Can you get me? Yo, I'm in town. And I'm just like, yo, I don't go to LA and bother you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't.
But I think that is
Or just anything.
that is like a fundamental like difference because I think
But in New York, if you meet somebody and you ask for a favor, they automatically be like, that's a user. I'm not talking to that motherfucker ever again.
It's a red flag.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why in New York, to really build a relationship with a motherfucker in New York, you just got to keep it real. And then maybe, you got to kind of scratch their back a little bit.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can finesse like, yo, can you look out me for this? And they'll be like, yo, I got you.
Yeah.
But you got to earn that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, earn that.
But I feel like in LA or Cali,
Or just West
on
Coast
Hollywood in general, like, I think it's like there's like kind of an understanding or an agenda. They understand that everyone has an agenda, and they're kind of like they're okay with doing the favors and shit a little bit more. Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
because everybody's kind of on the come up. So
Right.
everyone's
Yeah.
like, you scratch my back, I scratch
Right.
yours. So everybody kind of owes each other some shit.
It's like everyone always hits me and they're like, yo, why do you keep like co-signing Everyday People and DJ Momo and Everyday? Why do you keep saying that's the best party in the country? Why do you keep? And I said, because it is. Because I go around and I go to other parties and I've seen other parties, but in their head, they're thinking I'm getting something out of it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're thinking, oh, Crooked gets gigs from Everyday People.
No.
Or Crooked gets, or somehow he gets finessed with some dough or marketing shit from Mo.
Yeah.
I've known Mo for like 15 plus years.
Yeah, really.
I've seen him build this shit. So like if I've known you that long and you're whatever product you're pushing or whatever thing you've been working on is finally blossoming and it's doing
Thriving,
and it's thriving and it's succeeding, I'm gonna co-sign that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And plus, that's your boy. Like, that's your actual friend.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, like, everyone's like, well, how come you don't shout my party? Or how come you don't shout? But, like, first, I've been to your party, and it's a good party.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Potential.
it's good.
A lot of potential.
Like, yo, like, it's dope. But just because you have a dope party for 1 year, that don't, or 2 years,
Or even 3 years, yeah.
I'll mention the shit. You know what I'm saying?
And we've mentioned tons of parties.
We mentioned tons of parties. Like, yo,
Yeah.
those are good parties. But I'm saying, like, it's different when you create a movement and you've been working on this shit for 10 years.
Yeah.
Then the motherfuckers don't see that. But anyway, going back to that.
So anyway,
No, wait. I'm not done. You had your
Sorry,
chance.
yeah, you had your chance. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why, like, I do shit from the gut. So I've never asked Mo, yo, can I get a set on Everyday People? Not in my life have I ever asked him for a set, right? And occasionally he's occasionally asked me to do a set at his party, and I'm always like, nah, I'd rather be the fly on the wall at your party, and you give other DJs some shine to do that, and I just want to experience your party. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not, and even when I've done his party, he would be like, yo, invoice me. I don't even send him an invoice.
Yeah.
You feel me? And this is the thing about me, man. I'm overly generous. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I will bend over
1,000.
backwards for motherfuckers.
1,000.
That's why I come off as an asshole, because I have to protect myself, because there's so many motherfuckers who will ask something and I will give it to them. They'll ask again and I'll give it to them, and then I'll just be bitter. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering in my head, what was the better way to do this? Because I did get on the phone with her and I said, yo, I don't ask for favors. But I was literally being completely real with her. Like, I don't ask motherfuckers for favors.
Yeah.
And you kind of putting me in an uncomfortable position that I don't want to be. When what I probably should have said to her was, I can't do nothing.
Yeah. You could have said that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I wanted to be real with her. Like, I can do this, and I can even change it to Saturday, right?
Yeah.
But you're putting me in an uncomfortable position.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
which
saying?
which I completely understood. And again, like, I didn't think there was a problem with, like, the way that you addressed it, honestly.
Well, your sister thought she was having a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. My sister also
telling
fucking
you,
gets locked in rooms because she's fucking crazy.
Whoa.
Wait, she gets flocked?
Blocked?
What does that
She gets
mean?
locked.
Locked in rooms.
I thought she gets
Like, her
flocked. I was
ex-boyfriends have, like,
it's
locked her in rooms because she's, like,
Okay.
crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You
fucking
want to leave
stabs
that on the
them.
air? That is-
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Jesus.
She sounds like a good time. We should bring her out.
She's fun. Yeah, no, crazy people are fun. I love her.
Hey, we need to meet this
She sounds
sister,
like a
man.
Scorpio.
No, but she is a Scorpio. So that's why her.
Yo, why are
Christian-
motherfuckers shitting on Scorpios?
Yo,
Hey,
Scorpios
my
are the
my
worst.
mama is a Scorpio, man.
Wait.
Scorpios is
But I got a
crazy.
question,
They're
because
emotional as shit.
When I was talking to her, I was trying to talk very gentle. It didn't come off
Which
as
no,
gentle.
which
Well,
No, I knew.
Your
I knew
gentle's a
that you.
different
No,
approach
I
to it.
knew. I knew what you're saying, and I agreed with you 1,000%. And again, like I hated the whole situation at that point, and like that's a boundary. Like I don't think it's wrong to set. That's like in relationships, you need to set boundaries. I think that's healthy. Like,
Yeah, because
you know, like he
yeah,
was setting
boundaries,
his
exactly.
boundary. He's like, I'm uncomfortable.
Whoa.
I don't like this, and like I understood it because I fucking thought
But see,
it was
like
shitty too.
I feel like I gotta explain it to her because I'm gonna be working with her for a while, so I don't want to just be like I can't do nothing
well, one thing
because then she's gonna see me look out for other motherfuckers.
no,
right?
no,
Do you understand
no.
what I'm saying?
I
but
would
you
have
really need to know.
understood.
Don't even do that either.
But I know her generation. Her generation is gonna be like, well, how you take care of them, but you're not taking care of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to explain to a motherfucker.
Your gentle is very stern, very.
But like
So
black and white.
but I understood like what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I understood like where his heart was. He did tell me that he like loved me in the middle of it. And
No, I don't know if I
said all that.
He didn't say he loved me.
I don't know if I
he
said all
didn't say
that.
he loved me.
I'm mad
'Cause, like,
emotional.
you know, and
No.
so like I get it.
I don't know if I said all that, but like
I told my
remember,
sister too.
See, the thing is, like, when I went off on Jamie, right? I had to explain to Jamie a couple of things. I said, if you meet somebody that we bring onto the podcast, right? That does not mean you have access to them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it is their choice to decide if you have access to them. Do you feel me? And that was the thing that pissed me off because if Jamie did something, or if he did something, if he was out of line,
That reflects on you.
it doesn't reflect on him. It reflects on me,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm the motherfucker who introduced him to my friend's circle. I allowed my boy, who I protect, who I want to protect, right? I put him around you.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that's the only reason why, like, I value those things and those, you know what I'm saying? Those
Yeah.
relationships. That's why if you're going to ask me for a favor like that, you know, like, I told you, you got to pick and choose.
Yeah, and
What you
that's,
do, what
that's
you
fine
ask.
with that's
Yeah.
fine with me. It's just like the whole situation like completely went to shit, and I understand it. But like also like I think why you spoke so much and you were trying so hard to be gentle was like he's worried that, you know, I'm still like at the end of the day I understand what he's talking about. I've been in like I think you thought I was just like it's a young and dumb thing, you know? Like younger people, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I get it.
when
I
you're
get
young
it.
and dumb, you do stupid shit. Like, you know, and I think he thought like it was just
It's
like I
uneducated,
wasn't
yeah.
thinking about it, but
So
I
you thought-
was
he
thinking
thought that
about
You
it.
thought that he thought you might have been a little oblivious to
Yeah,
it.
and I was like,
yeah.
no, I completely understand. Like,
airhead
this
about
is
it,
a
yeah.
shitty situation. Like, I completely get it.
You know what it reminds me of? It's like I invite you to dinner, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
cook for you, but that don't mean you could steal my food.
Or your recipes.
It's more so the recipe.
No, don't steal my food. Like, that doesn't mean you can go to my cupboard and steal my food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you understand the
no
difference?
one was stealing from you.
No, no, I'm saying-
like,
but I'm
I,
saying-
Yeah.
I
It's like
was-
if I invite you
didn't
to
try
dinner,
do anything
right?
behind your back or any. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It was like, don't go in my pantry and start taking shit. You understand? I'll give you food.
I got in trouble for eating banana.
You feel
once
me?
here.
No.
So, anyways, when my mom called the next day, I said, "Y'all are gonna have to pay to get in wherever you want to get in."
Yeah.
I was like,
You know what? It
no.
sucks because I feel like we've probably all been in those situations. I know I have. Where I like someone will hit me and like, yo, can you do this for me? And I'm like, yeah, it's cool, I got you. And then they like don't show up or they don't follow through, or like I'll be like, oh, did y'all have a good time? And they're like, oh no, we ended up not going.
Yeah, you see, that's what my
I'm
thing
like,
is. Like,
yo,
motherfuckers
like-
think shit is
Yeah.
disposable, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that, yo.
Yeah.
And you know what it meant? You know what it also did? It kind of painted a picture to me about her parents. Like, her parents just don't give a fuck about.
I
me.
explained
About
to
me.
you though.
Right?
No.
Like,
I
'cause she was like-
explained it to you.
Hey,
No.
hey,
no,
mija,
no,
we so
no.
busy in New York. Can you? I don't know if they talk like that. Hey, mija,
My parents,
They're so-
Jared, do my parents talk
they're
like
so-
that?
they're
No, my parents do not talk like that.
they're so- we had such a great time. We're so tired. We can't go to Lavo.
No,
Maybe
it
tomorrow.
was not that. It was
Tell your friend, tell your little Asian friend to hook us up tomorrow, okay?
Call the Avengers.
no. They know you're Korean.
You're Asian is Korean, but yeah.
Tell Chino to hook us tomorrow.
Chinito.
Sábado.
Chinito.
Sábado? Sí.
Sábado.
Yeah.
So,
So and then I'm just like, yo, like, I'm Chino, right?
I'm Chinito.
You know what I'm saying? Your parents trying to play me?
Yeah.
It's disposable?
Because I'm Asian.
Oh, we can go to
No,
your
they-
little,
they
we can go to your
said-
little club tomorrow.
What? But what
they
is the
said
etiquette?
they owe you
What is
a
the
shot.
etiquette?
They said they're gonna
Because
buy
they-
you a shot.
I
when
just
they
kept
see
thinking
you.
about motherfuckers who come into town
Yeah.
and they just like, yo, I'm in town. And that's the only thing they say.
Oh yeah.
And then what am I supposed to say?
Yeah. What do you say?
I always say, dope,
Yeah.
where you staying? how long you staying?
Yeah.
I have to play detective now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
Yo, I'm in town. Yo, stop.
Or it's like a
Everyone
Tuesday.
stop
It's
what
a
you're
Tuesday
doing.
at noon.
Stop.
It's a Tuesday.
Stop what you're doing. Everyone stop.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's in town.
My God.
We're gonna cancel everything.
Yep.
We're gonna cancel my
Roll out
meeting,
the-
my recording. What do you like,
What-
yo, fam?
Everyone expects you to drop everything.
And
Yeah.
they don't even tell me like a week before. They tell me like the
When
day,
they're
like when they
there.
land. Yo,
Yeah.
just got in town.
I'm in Vegas.
Just touched down.
oh my
word?
God. Oh, I've been praying for this. What do they want me to say?
Yeah. They want like that tour guide.
Yeah,
want you
I mean,
to roll
like,
the
I
red
don't know.
carpet.
I'm neck deep in
Like
like
the king of Zamunda
I'm neck
here.
deep in like work. What do you want? What do you
Yeah.
want, fam?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Honestly, I've gotten to the point where someone does that to me, I'll wait a really long time before I respond.
Really?
If they hit me up the day of.
Or I wait till they leave. Like you see them on the flight leaving,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh damn, where are you staying at?" I just left. Fuck. Oh
I'll
shit.
respond,
next
but I'll be
time.
like, I'll hit them up like 8 hours later, like, "Oh, what's good? Where you at? Like, what you got going on?" Like, and just act
See,
like
I
just
can't.
didn't
I
see
can't
it,
do
you know what I
that.
mean?
I have to like. I have to respect. I have to reply.
Yeah.
I respect motherfuckers' time. I have to make the
But
effort.
they don't respect your
no,
time.
no. But that's what. If I have to make the effort, so I can see how little effort they give me back, and if
Right.
they give me little effort back, then I'm just like, oh, okay, I know.
Yeah.
But I can't do that to an actual good person.
Right. And granted, there are certain people that if they hit me up the day of, I'm gonna maybe drop some plans for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
You know, close friends, family, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just like a random that I know just comes to Vegas once a year, and they're like, "Yo, what's good? Where you at? What do you got going on? Where you playing tonight? I'm in town." Then I'll shove them a little bit. I just have to, like, because I get caught up in trying to please them, and I give them energy, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm DJing here. You're more than welcome to come. You want to have dinner? What do you like? You know what I mean? Where you staying? I'll pick you up. I get caught up in trying to like be this host.
chauffeur.
You know what I mean?
But you gotta pick and choose who you do that with.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get worn out.
1,000.
You get worn out from that shit, bro.
Yeah, then you have to
Protect your
deal with them
energy, D.
fucking being
Yeah.
drunk somewhere, and it's
Yeah,
fucking the
man.
worst.
No. See, I can't do that all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
I can't believe we spoke
still-
this much about it.
Yeah.
Has this been the whole? Has it
Shout
been an
outs to
hour?
Lydia and her parents.
We'll all get together and do a shot.
I
with Lydia's
know.
parents.
Yeah. We'll all
And the
go out
sister.
together.
I don't know. There's a bad taste in my mouth.
Dan loves my
Hey,
parents.
Chino, how come you didn't get us into Lavo?
On Saturday.
They do not sound anything
little
like
club.
Hey, Chinito, it's associate producer, not assistant, okay? And don't ever talk to my daughter that way.
I did tell him. I was like, he was upset.
Oh,
Good.
my
I
God.
was like,
That's good.
Upset makes me be like, huh. I wasn't like, huh. I was like, huh? What?
What am I doing for you?
I was like, what?
You're wasting
I
my
think I was
fucking
there. I looked
time.
at this shit and I was like, what? Okay.
And then you said,
but like you get to, because he texted me. We were going back and forth for a little bit, and then he called me, and I was like, oh,
that's when you know
shit.
he had
I was
enough.
It's like I
fuck.
just it's like I
That's
went
what-
and cooked a steak.
And I kept saying, I was like, I'm so sorry. Don't worry about it.
and she said, "Well
Don't worry
done."
about
And then
it.
she goes,
I know. I went and
rare.
cooked the steak and I brought it. She's like, "Oh, I wanted chicken." Oh, sorry.
If it was me, I would have fucking gone cooking. If it was me, I would have gone.
I'd be like, "Oh, where do you want a chicken?" I'm my bad, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
She tell me you want to chicken.
How much
Anyway.
work I put in on this
How's
steak?
how's your party doing?
Oh man,
How's your party with
What a-
Bossa Nova?
What an intro.
Yeah,
What a
Segue. What a segue.
How's your party?
We had to pause it, man.
You had to pause your party.
We had to
What
pause
happened?
it. Hey,
This is the Dance With Me party
that's dance
that
with
you and
party.
Bossa Nova started
Every Thursday.
in Santa Monica, right?
Yeah, we had to pause it. It was a little rough last 2 weeks, where we were like, okay, let's just take it back to the drawing board, and then we talked to the venue. They agree with us, so we had to pause it for now. We had to we'll revamp it and work on some things because, yeah, that we we bid a little bit more than we can chew,
Yeah.
and there's a lot more work than what comes.
What?
with
Okay,
this.
run us through. What was the work? Because I'm interested in this process, right?
Well,
I'm interested in this process because I meet a lot of DJs, right?
Yes.
And then there was a time when everyone was throwing out the narrative. Even we were throwing out the narrative, right? If you can't get work, you start your own party,
Yeah.
right? We've been throwing that narrative around a lot.
We talked
now-
about that a lot with a lot of DJs.
But now, everyone's circumstance is different,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm curious to hear what happened with Jamie and what's his train of thought in his head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it was hard. One, or the choice of venue, not just because a venue gives you a night, means it's gonna be easy to bring people in. The venue we learned rather quickly that it's been a failed night for that venue, for that specific night. And we were trying, and we kept having homies come through, and they're like, dude, Thursdays is rough in here. And then quickly, I even spoke to Shasta Styles. He's like, yo, I tried to do it Thursday there, and it didn't quite work out. So it's a rough place to
It's
to
a
do
tough
it.
location.
Tough location. So we're like, okay, this is why. We would get some people in, but not what we expected.
Right. So rule number 1, right? Location.
Yeah,
And I would
1,000.
say, especially in LA, location matters so much.
A lot.
A lot.
Maybe the first thing.
Everywhere, location matters so much. Okay, go ahead.
So then we were talking about, and then we talked about marketing ideas. And I mean, I spoke to you about it, Crick, and you would tell me, you got to do this, you got to do that. You're not doing enough. You're not selling enough. I'm like, all right, cool. So we started doing some new things for the marketing, but we're like, it's still not working.
Right.
So then we just we're like, all right, we got to shut it down for the time being. And then also my schedule was getting rather hectic now that I'm like, fuck.
Right.
It's gonna be,
Going back and forth.
It's going to be a little hard. You might have to rock just the night by yourself. We might have to find a replacement for me for that night. So then stuff like that came up, and we're like, okay, let's pause it for the time being and hopefully come back sometime in December in a new venue. We have spoken to new venues and shit, so there's that in play, but it takes far more than just posting a flyer and knowing how to DJ, to be honest with you.
Right. Because after hearing your situation, right?
Yeah.
I got to say, man, I commend you and I applaud you guys for going out there, starting your shit, coming up with a great name for a party. And you guys are both dope DJs, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot more entailed into throwing a party.
Far more.
A lot more. You know what I'm saying? So I don't consider this a failure. I think you learned a lot from it.
Oh, 1,000%.
And the thing is, like, you have to, and a lot of motherfuckers need to learn. You need to fucking fuck up. You need to fail, and you need to have a whack party. And sometimes it's like this usually happens to a lot of motherfuckers. And remember you brought this up with Momo when he said he started his own first weekly party?
Yeah.
He said the first week was monster.
Bananas. It went
The second week was eh.
No one showed up the second week.
No one showed up.
Because he didn't do the proper promotion marketing that first night.
Well, it's not only that, though. And this is the thing is, like, I wanted to talk to you about this, right? You have to talk to OGs, and you have to talk to people who have been doing like their own parties. Like, you have to talk to the professional motherfuckers, the veterans who have been doing it.
Yeah.
And you have to ask them.
Yeah.
And you have to, like, really do a lot of research before you go all in to something like that.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they're going to tell you is it's better to do a monthly party than a weekly party.
Yeah.
A weekly party is a lot of fucking work. And you need a large Rolodex. You need a large Rolodex, and you need a lot of people to make it work. A lot of these clubs and a lot of these lounges, they have sub-promoters, they have promoters, they have event coordinators, they have bookers. A lot of these motherfuckers, it takes a lot of work to do a weekly fucking party.
Yeah.
A monthly, it gives you a little bit more breathing room, and it allows everyone to be like, yo, we can go check out your party once a month. I'll give you my 1 day a month to come and show you love.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to ask for that shit every week,
I don't know.
now that's crazy.
And it gives you an opportunity to miss it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You got 3 weeks in between. Like, damn, I really missed that.
And
that
it's
Sunday,
right.
that
and it's
Thursday
also
party.
like it's also like so disposable. Well, I didn't go this week. I can go next week.
That's true. And then also, like, you're like in the city less and less. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you don't even stay in Santa Monica. So it's like, it's not like people close by that you're like, oh, come through. And you had a you were on a party here in Vegas that you had to miss a lot,
Yeah.
Like, that's into it too, where you're working more here in Vegas.
And that's another thing we spoke about. And I was telling him, I said,
you can't be missing your party here. And,
Well, the thing is that y'all motherfuckers are busy. So when you're DJing a lot, like, this year you've been you're hot shit right now. There's a lot.
Hey,
Take
it.
I'll give
Take
I'll give Jamie. I shit on Jamie a lot, but I'll give him credit. I've been hearing his sets recently. He sounds great. It's like the best I've heard him. He actually I would say he's one of the top 10 DJs I've heard in Vegas. Right. For the rooms that he does.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think a lot of people are saying, like, we want Jamie. Like, you're getting that experience where the bookers are like, yo, we like Jamie. We want Jamie to come back. We want Jamie every this day or that day. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he's starting to get more and more work.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're trying to promote, especially in Vegas, when you're trying to promote a party weekly in another city, you're gonna half-ass it. There's gonna be like definite neglect.
Yeah.
So I was telling him, I said, you know what? If this weekly party was the only thing you had, and you weren't DJing anywhere else, and this was the only thing you had, it would maybe become more successful faster.
Yes.
Because you'd be putting so much into it.
Yeah, there'll be far more research.
But even still, because of the way the world works and the way the universe is, you could put everything you have into that party, and for some reason, it could be the feng shui of the room, it could be the location, it could be so many things.
Yeah.
It could never pop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So some things you just cannot force.
Yeah, and there's the one thing. MoMA called me actually, and he was like, he gave me a few pointers and stuff like that, and he gave me some advice, but it was mostly like, dude, it's just consistency. You got to keep at it, and focus. Put basically all your eggs in that basket, and just go full throttle. He goes, there's some nights at the Good Spot. This is his previous party before Everyday People. The Good Spot, he said, dude, there was nights that we had to rush in the last hour that we were having the party. It'll be empty the whole party up to that last hour. And then some days it will be packed from fucking outside the door. But he said, you just never know. But the consistency of just over and over and over. Some days are failure, some days are not. But you got to keep going.
See, like what I think you should focus on, right, is actually being a better DJ. You're already great right now. But the thing is, like, just working on your craft, learning to read the room, just learning to just rock it out, building a name for yourself.
Yeah.
Whether it takes 2 to 3 more years, you want someone to give you the opportunity to start a monthly or weekly who hands you a location that is going to be prime. And it's going to make it easy for you to
where you could just show up.
Where you can show up, but then you can bring 50 people, right? And that 50 people will affect the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then your homie who you're doing a party with will bring the more people, and then the venue will bring some people as well.
Yeah. So
that to me is a perfect situation for you, because the thing is, you don't want to be a promoter. You want to be a DJ.
Yeah.
You feel me? There's actually some people who are built for promoting, but who also DJ.
Yeah.
Right.
You happen to be a DJ who is promoting a party.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, that's the difference. You feel me? But I think what you guys did, I actually thought, I know we were breaking on you before and shit like that, and you was in your feelings. But I was like, yo, it you know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of guts to go out there and do something.
It's hard.
Yeah.
No, yeah. And that's one thing I was just like, fuck it. I don't have shit to lose.
And
right?
the fact that you weren't scared of failure.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't got shit to lose. I mean, I'm going to fail 100 times before I get one success. So it was just that. Like, I'd rather just try it than not try it and then feel like, wow, I should have done that.
And the only reason why I'm open to talking about this on the podcast is because I think I love Bossa Nova.
Yeah.
He's a great dude. And I think you guys are this isn't gonna be the end of your story.
Oh,
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like this is gonna be a great anecdote that we can look back on in a year or two or whatever and be like, yo, y'all remember when y'all had that whack ass dance with me party? That
it was
didn't do
one
well.
bad game. It's cool. You gotta remember.
Listen, I had fun.
It wasn't a bad game. It was a bad season. Okay.
I got one bad season, I guess.
No, it was a good game the night that I went.
That was a bad.
good
Yeah,
game.
but it was a learning experience and something to look at. And you're like,
They went into overtime.
yeah, they were. You had some runners on base. No, but it was a dope learning experience. It's just like, fuck it, And
now you can hit the drawing board with some material that you can take from that last party.
Like, that didn't work here. Let's work on this. But I'm that type of person. It's just the fuck it. Like, why not? I'm an adventurous person, and so I was just like, fuck it. Let's try it. Let's do it. It didn't work out. I would have been more scared if it would have worked out quicker. Because then I was like, damn, I wouldn't know how to deal with the shit that comes after the success, which would have been like the bad shit. Now I learned what can go bad, and now I know how to find a solution for that. Opposed to,
well, if it would have been a success, you would have become a monster. You would have been an ego monster.
But also,
I don't think so.
Yeah,
but
you are. Yeah,
I feel like
I don't have much of that.
It's also the universe, because you are running yourself really thin, and you do have to take care of yourself. You can't be driving 600-700 miles a week. It's like yeah, you're looked at as like a hustler, but then like shit, you know, like we saw what happened to people that like push themselves too hard, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a learning experience, and we'll go back to the drawing board. But yeah, we're not out forever.
Well, you know what? I know it's not over for y'all. Y'all gonna learn. But yo, you got to talk to motherfuckers.
Oh,
And you
yeah,
got to
yeah.
discuss it. You got to do research a lot longer. Like, you just came out of nowhere. Like, yeah, we're starting a party. I was just like,
Yeah.
you didn't talk to nobody about this, bro. You
I didn't talk to you about it.
didn't even talk to me about
I
it.
didn't talk to you once.
I would have told you. I would have been like, oh my god. Where's the
right.
business? Let me see the business proposal. I would love to see that business proposal. Because I know you guys had to write up a business proposal for that
we
venue.
did, yeah.
Oh, they
I want to
did?
see that shit.
No,
No?
Bossa Nova. Don't ever talk to them.
I want to see that business proposal.
No, but
All
yeah,
right.
but yeah, that's what it was, and that's what happened, and yeah, we just gotta keep trying, man, keep trying. But I think it's a great learning experience,
Yeah.
far greater.
All right, what do you call it? I guess, Nudia has like a whole bunch of topics she wants to go through. So
Okay.
I think we're going to go through
This
our
is the
associate
Nudia.
producers. What is this, the topic list?
Yeah,
There
the
it
topic
is.
list.
She's doing like her,
The deck.
her Angie Yee. Is that?
Angela Yee.
Angela Yee shit.
She's Angela Yee.
So what's the news? What do we call this?
Well, this
Nudia?
is,
News with Nudia?
yeah, news with Nudia.
Nudies news.
That sounds like Nudia's nudes. That's what she said. The nudes. This is the nudes. Go
Yo,
ahead.
I have no clue what you're fucking thinking.
Just go with your nudes,
Look at
bro.
his face. I have no. You
Start
could be
your nudes
thinking
off, B.
Nudie is news.
I'm just looking at them for edits.
Yeah,
Out. This is edit out. Okay, go ahead.
take it out. Go ahead.
No, I'm not this, but go ahead.
No, but what do you want to call it? It's just like
Are we having an
Topics?
on-air discussion
Okay,
or an
all
off-air
right.
discussion?
Damn, associate
right.
producer.
Oh, wait, so wait.
first up.
Nudia's news, right?
First
Nudia's
up.
News by Nudia?
News by Nudia.
News by Nudia.
Okay.
Go
First
ahead,
up, we got Tory Lanez unable to reach plea deal in alleged Meg Thee Stallion case. He will be giving
Yeah, I
testimony.
don't want to talk about that.
This is
Can we do something else? Like something else
this
fun?
is according to Rolling Stone. He's gonna have to give live testimony, a minimum of 90 minutes, detailing his account of the 2020 alleged shooting.
Nah, listen.
I wonder if he's gonna do what Dave Chappelle did.
What?
I plead the fifth. Let me-
No, he has,
plead
he
the
has
1,
to
2, 3,
talk
4,
for
5,
90
fifth.
minutes.
What's in the what's in the next one? What's the next one?
Why don't you want to talk
I don't
about it?
want to
Wait,
talk
you
about
don't-
Tory
you don't-
Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion. No.
Wait, you don't think, battery is an issue that we're having
Oh
in
my
America,
God.
Jamie?
There is so many amendments for me to plead.
I'm just saying. Why?
I have only one that I
Why?
want to
Because it
plead.
was-
I have only one I want to plead. I plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth. Can he do that? No.
No, he has to talk for 9 minutes.
For
90
90
minutes.
90 minminutes.
Damn.
He has to account what happened.
Can you imagine that jury that has to listen to Tory Lanez talk for 90 minutes?
I got one red bone and one tit. He starts rapping.
And I did
So
want
we
to
had
know.
dinner, right? We had dinner, and I was like, yo, and the dinner was cold, so I was already feeling some type of way,
Why is my dinner cold? And then he just, the room was cold too. Just like rap shit. Mr. Lane's get back in the
I
lane.
get my hair lane operation. It wasn't done yet.
It wasn't that good as Tiger.
She took off my hat. When she took off my hat,
It was a rap.
you saw what happened to Floyd.
I got your hat.
Got your hat. I got your hat. Meg Thee Stallion. Imagine Meg Thee Stallion say, "I got your hat."
And she's taller than him too. So
And I just
wow.
want to note that while all this is happening, Meg Thee Stallion has signed deals with both Nike and Popeyes. Because
I
So
keep
how do you
seeing
feel
that
about this?
Popeyes
She's the
commercial.
shit.
yeah, hold on. She has a
everywhere,
hot
man.
sauce with Popeyes. So anyway, how do you feel?
I mean, you
about
got
this?
nothing.
No, that's what I'm saying. What does that got to do with the shooting? You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, while this motherfucker has not had a
And
single
she's happily-
in sight, not been anywhere really, unless someone brings him out. Meg Thee Stallion has been on the Billboard charts.
Well, how do you feel
getting
about
work
this?
Yeah, how do
fucking
you
done.
feel about this?
You obviously feel some type
Yeah,
of
you
way.
seem passionate about battery.
I just feel, I think everyone should. I just fucking think everyone should. And I don't think, this is not a woman thing, this is not a man thing. I don't think anyone should hit anyone. Like,
Of
do you know what I'm
course,
saying?
1000%, yeah, I'm
Like,
with you.
if you're a woman, and like my mom always told me, if you hit a man, be ready to get hit back. That's what she always told me. She's like, no one is supposed to hit anyone, period. So I don't think, I think if it would have been the other way around, I would have felt just the same way. That's how I feel.
No. I get
So
it,
wait,
man.
you think Tory did it?
Yes. Yeah. Because he's not reaching the plea deal, and I'm thinking they probably want jail time or they want something on his record, and he wants to get off scot-free. So I think he's guilty.
I don't know what to think about it. I feel like there's a lack of detail. And
There's
I
a
feel
lot
like
of lack of detail.
I feel like he has every right to want to clear his name if he feels like he's innocent. That doesn't mean he is, but
Yeah.
I think that's why he's staying quiet. And I feel like his team is telling him to stay quiet. Because
I mean, that's
like,
the smartest thing he could do, honestly. But that's just how I feel.
I just don't understand why these motherfuckers keep getting into shit like this.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
like it's really like at this point, y'all are
Because-
like superstars. Y'all are millionaires.
Yeah,
What are
we're
y'all
just-
doing?
We're just hearing too much shit from hip hop, and it's not good.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I only say this because all these you know, like, you guys ever seen that show Band of Brothers?
No.
No.
All right, it's not going to be long. It sounds like it's going to be long, but it's not.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead.
Band of Brothers was about World War II.
Yeah.
And then after they actually won World War II, they like invaded Hitler's like mansion. They got
Yeah.
everything. For some reason, soldiers kept dying, but they were dying because they had too much time on their hands. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, even though there was no war, there was an episode where motherfuckers were getting drunk, using their guns,
Yeah.
you know, crashing their cars. There was all types of crazy shit going on, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just like when you like inject boredom and booze and drugs and all of this shit, fucked up shit happens.
And money. These people have money.
And money.
Yeah.
And money actually, like, everyone's like, "Oh, money's the shit." Money actually makes you a horrible person.
Yeah. 1,000.
Yeah.
It enhances all of the negative aspects of who you are.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying?
I never forget one of my favorite quotes from Deion Sanders. He
Yeah.
said, "Money just makes you more of who you really are."
Yeah.
Like truly, just, you know what I'm saying? Like if you have any kind of like addictions,
Right.
you're gonna really have an addiction when you're rich.
I think that's unfair to say sometimes,
Yeah.
because I think there is no learning curve for someone who was broke and all of a sudden became a millionaire.
And that's,
Like
that's
Bryce, like Bryson Tiller, right? That motherfucker was like working at like a Subway, and then all of a sudden he became a fucking millionaire, right?
R&B phenomenon.
Right. So it's like there was no time for him to adjust. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Didn't know how to.
and that's the problem with, like, to me, with athletes, with people like musical artists, you know what I'm saying? There's no adjustment period. And I think it's very rare for motherfuckers to literally sit down with them and be like, "Look, this is how you have to approach this shit."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got to learn all of these things by fucking up to a certain degree.
And then what really
And then
sucks,
because they're in the public eye,
right.
everyone's judging every fucking move they do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And then
saying?
the people you do have around you, they're probably depending on you financially.
Right.
So they're not
Yeah.
gonna really
They're not gonna
do
piss
anything
you
to
off.
piss them off because they don't want to get cut off.
So like, let's
Yeah.
say let's say you love steak, right? Let's say you love weed, right? Or let's just say you love drinking.
Right.
Now you have the money to have it whenever you want, and you're around people who aren't going to tell you no, right?
Yep.
They're not even going to put you in check, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
So then now you have like an indulgence that isn't being controlled, that isn't being monitored. No one's telling you to, you fucking up or whatever like that, because no one wants to get fired.
Yeah.
So now what kind of a person does that person become?
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I'm seeing with a lot of motherfuckers, is that there's no one's getting put in check, you know, and it's just everything's out of control. Like literally all of these rap, like I think I don't know, man. Like I just feel like everything, like even with the baby and everything, it's like everything's out of control, yo.
Yeah.
But
And there's no good music coming out.
yeah, that's big.
Horrible shit.
But
yeah.
I also feel like I think everyone needs to understand that like your personal life affects your professional life. Like people that work in nightlife, like they think they could do shit personally. It's not good. It's gonna catch up to you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wait, who you sending this
I
message
don't
out
know.
to?
I'm just. I don't
No,
I
make
get
it
a-
clear. Wait, who are you talking about now?
Topic number 2.
No.
Let's stay. Go back to one. Go back
Moving
to one.
on.
We weren't even talking about nightlife.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you know,
I mean, it goes close to that one story that just broke out here in Vegas, which is the Henry Ruggs story.
With the guy from the Raiders?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 23-year-old, like he was set to be the
Did he
next
kill
one.
him? He killed people?
He killed 2 people.
It was a
So he
20
crashed
no,
his
it was
car,
a
right?
girl and her dog,
23-year-old
and they were
girl.
A
the
dog?
car. The car got set on fire and they
He
were
was going
stuck.
like 153.
Wait. He killed 2 people or a girl and her
A girl
dog?
and her dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were
I
in
thought
the
it was 2
car.
people.
His car, he was traveling. They said.
I mean,
Or-
Peter would say that's
reportedly-
2
He was going
people.
175 miles an hour.
Some crazy shit.
At
Like that.
135 miles an hour, your airbags automatically go off. So then when his airbags went off, he just went faster. And he hit the car that he hit
That makes no
burst
sense.
into flames. And he was drunk, and a girl, a 25-year-old, and her dog were in the car, and people were trying to help, but the car was fucking on fire.
Yeah.
And it just, I can't imagine having to live with.
So
doing
that's
this.
too like, dude. He was a wide receiver for Alabama. He was 20 star. He was 22 when he got drafted. He got drafted last year.
Yeah.
Biggest shit. His rookie card's crazy. Today, nothing.
Yeah,
But he
man.
got all that money. He got all that fame. He got all that.
He was drunk
recognition.
driving. He was
Yeah.
drunk
You know what's
driving.
crazy? I was talking to my buddy Davin. We all know Davin. Shout out to
shout out to
Davin. He listens to us. I was like, bro, how are you driving 150 plus miles an hour on a street? Like,
on
that's
Rainbow
insane.
Boulevard, Kirk. On
And
Rainbow.
then he was like, bro, you know what it is. It's like you have that alcohol in your system. You feel invincible. You feel aggressive. He might have been feeling those things. And going back to what we're saying, he might not have had anyone to just tell him, like, yo, just take an Uber, bro.
Yeah.
Just take a car.
Oh my
like, you can
gosh.
afford a car service.
Or a driver.
You're a
Like, I would
millionaire.
have someone
You know,
drive me
this,
everywhere.
the sad shit is I've had like homies who are alcoholics in New York, and like we almost got into fist fights trying to have them not drive.
Yeah.
They all drive. They all want to drive.
Right.
So, but you're right. Like someone, there should have been someone.
Right.
But the thing is, like now this dude's life is over.
Over,
He,
bro.
he took another person's life.
Yeah.
And he has to literally live with that shit
She's
for the
facing a
rest.
DUI,
Yeah.
murder.
And everyone's saying this
manslaughter.
was like the most, she was like the most beautiful
He's gonna
person
have a
ever.
huge civil suit on his hands.
Yeah, it was at 3:30 in the morning. And
Yeah.
then one thing,
He's literally. I'm sorry. I'll let you go, but I'll let you finish. But he's gonna spend the rest of his life trying to make up for this.
Yeah.
Do you understand what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the rest of his life will be focused on this moment,
yeah.
right? This
He
mistake.
can't. He would never be able to escape it. There's no way.
He's got to dedicate his whole life to this shit.
Yeah.
It's just insane, yo.
Yeah,
It's
man.
but you know what? Like I don't know.
And it's sad because I've been like just reading different news and seeing people post things and they're like, yo, like it sucks because he was actually a good dude
Yeah. He
that
doesn't
just
live
made
like
a bad choice in
Yeah.
that moment. You know
And
what I'm saying?
That's what life is.
Yeah.
Choices.
And in the NFL, they kind of provide car service for any player, personnel, coach, anybody from the NFL to avoid these type of things.
Yeah, man.
Can you imagine if he had someone in the car?
Yeah.
It would have been worse, right?
It was a Corvette, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And you hate Corvettes.
I don't know anything
Yeah.
about cars. I mean, Corvette seems like a douchebag car, though, isn't it?
And it's a pretty fast car. But yeah, again, it's just a circle of people you keep around and, not having a limit to somebody telling him, yo.
Yeah.
See, the scary shit is like everyone in Vegas gets a DUI.
Oh,
I know
yeah,
so
yeah.
many motherfuckers, so many
I
DJs.
heard this dude that we all know, he said, you're not a real Vegas native unless you have a DUI.
Which is crazy.
That shit is insane.
But that's why this story hit home because I feel like we all know so many people that have had DUIs or
Yeah.
had drunk nights,
Car crashing. Yeah.
whatever. Like, and for the most of us, thank God, like we get home safe, but there are times where I know even for myself, I had no business driving and and I still made it home safe. And I
Yeah.
thank God that I did, but I could have made better decisions to not drive. You know what I mean? And so for him, I'm like, okay, I know what it felt like to be 22, 23 years old and be drunk and just really feeling yourself and feeling good and just feeling invincible.
That's how old he is?
23.
23,
Yeah,
bro.
still
He's
young.
23. He's a millionaire.
He just had a baby in
He plays for the Las Vegas Raiders. He's a star.
Yeah.
Imagine he probably felt just like bulletproof. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I do want to say, the woman that he hit and killed, she was 25. Everyone's saying she was a beautiful person. Her name's Tina, and rest in peace to her because
It's sad.
his name's gonna be everywhere and hers isn't. You know?
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunately. But like you said, like there's a family mourning her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's not cool. And I don't have an enemy to say anything bad about him, but it's like you have the resources through the NFL to make better decisions. Like
Yeah.
they take classes when they have like these draft classes. They have classes on finances. They have classes on drunk driving, DUIs. They even have classes on for you to not go on social media and like rant.
Go crazy.
Yeah, like they're like, yo, think about what you're putting on social media. You're a public figure now.
Yeah.
You can't just go on Twitter and go crazy.
But the thing is,
Mhm.
everyone thinks that's not gonna happen to me.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
Unfortunately,
A lot of motherfuckers think it's not gonna happen to me.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And sometimes, like, they'll get into shit, and then somehow they'll get away with it.
Yeah.
But they don't learn from that, and they just think, oh, that's the new standard. I can literally do whatever I want, and I can get away with the shit. It's sad, but what's going on with the Raiders anyway, man? Didn't they have some shit like
The head coach.
the head coach was
Literally
being racist?
literally 2-3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, legit.
But he was being racist on emails from 12 years ago or some shit.
Yeah, he was being foul with women, and he was being racist.
Right.
And they just caught up with him, because I think it happened a few years ago before he even.
Someone was saying that was a setup, though. Someone was saying that was a setup. They were trying to get rid of that
They were
motherfucker.
undefeated. They were undefeated.
I mean, you
They
can.
were 4-0, and then that happened, and now this happened.
Yeah.
They're down the drain now. So
I mean, yeah, if emails are popping up.
It's funny because I see more and more motherfuckers being like selling Raider tickets.
yeah,
Really?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They're
imagine,
like, yo.
imagine team morale in the locker room right now. Like, you're like, it
It's
must be
tough,
heavy.
man.
It must be
Yeah.
heavy in there.
fucking crazy.
All right, man.
Moving on.
Yeah, move on, please.
All right. You're gonna love this, Jamie.
News by Nudia.
News.
boom, boom.
Rolling Loud is sponsoring the baby's new tour, live show Killer Tour. In a strange twist of events, Rolling Loud is the presenting sponsor for the baby's new tour. A rep said that they believe he has grown and learned from his experience, and everyone is welcomed at his show now.
I feel like people forgot about.
I want
that
to
whole
speak.
thing.
That's extortion on the low. Did you guys hear the backstory of that?
No.
Was he getting paid like dirt?
No. He had to meet with some high rep from
The LGBTQ.
yes, and then they had to approve of him
Yeah.
doing shows now.
I saw a tweet that said, "We forget something in the." I'm paraphrasing, but they
yeah.
said, like, the baby is forgiven. We feel like he's learned his lesson, but the Dave Chappelle isn't.
Yeah, and then
For his special.
and then Rolling Loud, which is the show that canceled a lot of his shit.
Yeah.
And it's now like, all right,
Paying
cool.
for his tour.
So after he got
signed off.
the blue check verification from LGBTQ,
Yeah.
right?
Snap.
Now he can work.
Dog, that's that's crazy.
Yeah, that sounds.
I don't know if
nuts.
that's crazy.
That's extortion on the low.
How is that extortion? They weren't. I mean, they aren't getting unless they're getting a cut.
They're getting a cut. They had to pay some money to get.
But how
that
come
shit
they
done.
don't do that? How come the NAACP isn't doing that with racist motherfuckers?
That's what I'm saying.
we
they
met.
aren't. They need some tips.
Like, yo, we met with the Raiders coach,
Yeah,
Right.
and we spoke to him about
And he could work now.
he can work
He's
at the
good.
NFL now. How come they're not doing that?
Because the NAACP doesn't have the power that the LGBTQ community has.
Yes.
That's what it is. And I
You
don't. and I
think
don't-
that's what it is?
And I think it's
Wait.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. I think that community has a lot of juice.
Spicy.
And what did Dave Chappelle said? He was like, the reason that community is taken so serious is because rich white men do it.
And dog, how does the baby can get like Dave Chappelle? You kill a man in America, but you can't.
Kill a man in Walmart.
Yeah,
Your
And
career keeps going.
You
You're
keep
fine.
going, but once you go at the LGBTQ community,
Halt.
hold on, that's bad.
I know.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not one like everybody's
Listen,
equality,
but what he said was fucked up.
Who?
You
No,
know,
I get
100%.
it. We're
what the baby
1000%.
said was
Who, the
fucked up.
baby?
Yeah,
That
on the
was
Rolling Loud.
crazy.
It was crazy.
So you know what?
But it was like so. It was so ignorant. It was
Yeah,
almost
it was-
laughable because it was like this. What is this like? 90.
Who's he talking?
What is this like? 97? Like
Yeah, what are
what
you
is he
doing?
talking about? Like HIV and like gay people.
yeah.
It was just so.
It was out of pocket and out of nowhere.
But it was so ignorant. It was just like
Yeah.
ignorant. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
of course, it's not correct what he did. But now, you stop his money. Shit. You know,
Oh, poor him.
yeah, he has to
Yeah,
provide
but
for
like-
his kids. He has like
I
5
don't,
kids.
I don't think so. I'm completely fine
Fuck
with the
that.
baby.
No,
not
I'm saying
have-
it's not. I'm not saying it's
I'm
not fucked
completely
up.
fine with him missing shows and losing. I don't know, maybe like a couple $100,000.
And maybe he could work on his music. You know.
Yeah, like I'm totally fine. Like he's not suffering. Like the motherfucker don't have to like move back. You know what I'm saying, to like a fucking
His mom's
townhouse, a 2-bedroom
No,
townhouse.
I
or
get
something.
that, but I'm not saying he's not doing bad. But that's still stopping somebody.
I think it's crazy that the NAACP isn't like verifying motherfuckers and being like, okay, he's
Maybe
not racist no more.
Maybe
I I think that'll be dope.
You know what?
Yo,
that's a good solution.
Yo, fam,
That's
if there was a
good
building like the NAACP building, and
Yeah,
everyone's like, you gotta go,
like
you gotta
community
meet with these
service?
motherfuckers.
Community service, like go in
I
there.
feel, but you know what's
take
crazy? I
classes.
feel like there was a point where the NAACP was like that, like in the '60s and the '70s. Like they had, they had like faces and people in place that were like really checking motherfuckers. But now it's just like I don't think they have the juice for that.
So it's like like NAACP and BLM need to come together.
Yeah, start signing
and
off
start
on shit.
creating a racist like verification
Extortion.
center.
Yeah.
Right? So that courts can be like people would just be like, yo, you need to go see BLM and NAACP.
Yeah.
And then once they verify you, you can come back to work.
Yeah.
That's actually a better system. Have
least in
you
some
ever seen that
system.
though? Have you ever seen anyone say something ignorant or homophobic or racist and then get verified by, I don't know, like these groups, and then be like, nah, they're good now? Have you ever seen it? And then be like, yo, and then Rolling Loud's okay, we'll help you out now. Since they said you was good, we'll start giving you money again.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that before? Ever?
No.
So like this is that's what I'm telling you.
It's
This is the
monumental.
beginning.
It's monumental.
This is the beginning of the end of cancel culture, because now these
solution in place.
communities are allowing motherfuckers to learn from their mistakes and get approved.
You gotta check in.
What if
It's a new
You
check-in.
gotta check in.
what if he needs to pay part of his tour money to the LGBTQ community?
And that's what I think.
That isn't in the article,
No.
Jamie.
I think that's what's happening.
I think there should be a tax.
You think so?
Like maybe
Like-
donate to charity or something like that.
Donate to
There's got to be
donate to
LGBTQ.
the fund.
Like, yo, if they could just rack up, like the course is gonna cost $150,000.
Nah.
If you get approved, right? Here is the fine that you have to pay, which is another blah blah blah. These rich motherfuckers would be like, yo, I'll take the course
Yeah.
and I'll pay you the fine,
Yeah.
and then they'll get approved.
Yeah.
And they're like, if you
It's
have,
like a DUI. Now
you
it's
have
like
a-
treated
if
like
you-
a DUI.
if you have another incident, we cannot allow a second approval. This
Yeah.
is the last one. After that, it's game over, and you're out for the wolves. The wolves are gonna get you.
Yeah.
But
I'm
I've
not-
never seen that in my life. I've never seen
Because we never had
someone
cancel
someone
culture
get
before.
canceled and then get approved and then get motherfuckers be like, yo, he could work again.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it. I think it's progressive. I think that the fact that they have a solution in place
Right.
lets me know that they're moving forward and they're trying to
I think
like
this is
better people.
I
and
think
that's
this
cool.
might be an end of cancel culture.
Yeah.
Bro, like Chick-fil-A, right? Years ago, they went at the gays, right? They didn't have to do nothing, right?
But they need to get verified.
They didn't get, but everyone's still
No,
eating
but
at
I'm
Chick-fil-A.
saying
because-
there's a huge
but
amount of
obviously-
people
That's
that
a
hate Chick-fil-A
corporate.
though.
But
'cause of
obviously,
that.
a good chicken sandwich outweighs homophobia.
No.
Yeah.
But here,
That's what I mean.
Jamie,
Like,
no,
yo, fam,
no, Jamie,
it doesn't
here's how
make
they
no
got
fucking
No, yes, it
sense.
does, because this is how they got away with it.
Good chicken
The
sandwiches.
church, no, the church, they're closed on Sundays. It's a whole branding. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's
So
it
you
is.
gotta. He can't perform on Sundays.
No. because
It's like yo,
it's a
there's
religious
double-
affiliation. Do you know what I'm saying?
So what if
it's-
the baby's
it's
religious?
part of it.
Yeah.
What if the baby's religious?
I know. What are you, his lawyer?
I'm just saying it's not. I get what he
Jamie,
did.
have you
was
ever
wrong.
DJ'd in
Oh,
LBGTU
1,000. Yeah,
plus
West
event?
Hollywood. I did.
You
spot.
did?
Yeah. I
How'd you feel about it?
I love it. It was cool. We had a good time.
No, first off,
I did
some
too,
some
actually.
DJs feel weird about it, right? Some male DJs I've talked to feel
Really?
weird
Really?
about doing
Wow,
events.
they
yeah.
have mad fun in there.
They feel
I'd
like they're
rather
gonna
DJ.
I'd
get.
rather DJ that.
I'd rather DJ a gay party
Yeah.
Oh, it's
any
a great
day.
crowd.
yeah,
Yeah,
they love the
Any
80s
day.
shit.
And
You
they
know what
love
I mean?
music.
And they love all
And they
music.
their knowledge of music is
And they
incredible.
appreciate
Why
you.
y'all talking to them like they're like aliens or something?
No, because she's saying
They
it's
love
kinda,
music.
No, they do.
And they eat food just like us.
No, but she makes it sound like not a lot of male DJs will do it, right?
No, I'm asking because I've heard male DJs ask me.
They wear
They
clothes.
did make them sound like they were just not
walk-
human. Huh?
They walk around.
Because she made it sound like it was frowned upon to go in there.
No.
have
I
rhythm.
asked you if
They
you ever
have
done an
rhythm.
event. I've
Yeah,
asked you if you've
yeah,
ever done an
1,000.
event.
They have rhythm, sometimes even more rhythm than us.
Oh, that's funny. But I know. I mean, I get.
Yo,
what,
saying they like music.
They like music.
Is kind of crazy, yo. Of course they like music.
no, but they like better music than a lot of people.
Have you ever heard anyone say, "Man, I hate music"? No one's ever said that. No one ever said I hate
Yeah.
music.
I've heard
There's
a few
some people
times.
that hate
No.
music.
There's people that hate music. Yeah.
Nudie, I've done
But anyway.
I've done a few
Me too.
gay and lesbian type bars and
And where's
clubs,
Hollywood?
and honestly, some of the best parties I've ever done.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
So that I get it, but
Y'all motherfuckers trying to back. What is it?
Oh, backtrack.
Pedal?
Backtrack, backpedal.
Backpack.
Yeah.
Backspin.
I'm like, listen. That's a backstroke. YouTube.com/short podcast if you want to see that. Nah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, other people have gotten away with it at much bigger places, like Chick-fil-A.
So,
and no one gave a
so
I mean,
Then
doesn't
why-
make it
So-
right.
You know
Doesn't
what?
make it right.
You know
Doesn't
what?
make
You know
it
what?
right.
You know what?
No, I'm saying
to
it,
Nudia's
that
point-
doesn't make Chick-fil-A
What's
right.
my
With
point, Darren?
Chick-fil-A, with
make my
Chick-fil-A,
point, Darren.
I don't know
They're-
what you're trying to say.
Chick-fil-A is Mormon, right?
Yeah, no, they're Christian.
No,
They're
Christian,
Christian,
it's a
so
church,
they
yeah.
already frown upon the gay
Gays.
community, and I think their stance of frowning upon it is never going to change, and that's why they didn't really affect them, because they're just not going to change their stance. In Christianity in
So
general,
why
has
don't
that
they
stance.
get punished the way he got
Why
punished,
didn't
right?
Donald Trump get punished? We could do this all day, Jamie. We
But
could
that's what
really
I'm saying.
like,
Then
you
why didn't he
know.
But
get punished?
here's the thing.
The baby got punished for some crazy statements, right?
This
he
is-
got taken everything away, real cancel. Now he had to kind of, I gotta apologize to these people just to eat.
Here's
Like
the,
he should.
but
Like
here's
he should,
the thing.
though.
Here's the
Then
thing.
why don't we hold everybody accountable?
Wait, here's the thing.
That's what I'm saying.
You can only cancel certain people if they are reliant on corporations that care about what social
Those
media
things,
is saying.
yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
If you are running a business that is not reliant on that, you cannot get canceled.
Yeah.
You might get some bad press. You might get some bad social media responses, right? It might be enormous. It might go viral, but it won't affect anything if you have complete control of the distribution of everything. Do you understand what I'm saying?
We talked about this briefly, right? Like, there was no way they probably could have canceled Drake. He's too big of a machine. They might slow it down, but I guarantee you cannot
Yeah,
cancel
I mean,
Drake.
his PR
I mean, look
is
at
You know what I'm saying?
you know,
can't
here's
beat
a
his
100% example. Look at Kanye West.
Yeah.
He's almost uncancelable. He's said and done some of the most craziest, ignorant, disrespectful shit ever,
Yeah.
and he still continues to fill arenas for anything. So that's what I'm saying is this cancel culture is only affecting motherfuckers who are parts in the machine. But if you are the machine, it does not affect you.
Yeah.
So someone like a Dave Chappelle, right? The most genius thing he did was he focused this last show that was on his contract for Netflix, right? It was his last one. He
Yeah.
got paid already. So he was able to walk away. What he does on Netflix and streaming platforms does not affect his live shows.
No.
He's not reliant on that.
Yeah.
And here's not the great thing, but here's the interesting thing. If arenas or lounges or venues were like, we're not going to fuck with you, Dave Chappelle, right? Do you think that Dave Chappelle could create his own platforms to have people go
Hell
to?
yeah. Yes.
And
So
Dave
there you
Chappelle
go.
doesn't give a shit.
He was doing shows
But
on
there's a
his
reason why he
pandemic.
doesn't give a shit, because he has the means to do whatever he wants,
He has
right?
fuck you
Remember,
money.
he was doing shows
Yeah.
on his front lawn
Right.
during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, he don't give, you know what I'm saying? That's beautiful.
If you've
Like,
ever
that's
seen Dave Chappelle live, you could tell this. He doesn't give a shit. He's up there smoking, rolling a joint, smoking it while he's talking to you. Like
Yeah.
he just acts like he's like your drunk uncle somewhere. Like
But that's the difference between Chick-fil-A and the baby. The baby is reliant
On the machine.
On the machine. He's not at
Chick-fil-A
a point.
is
Do you
the
understand?
machine.
And when you look at Kanye West, he is the machine. He's the richest black man in America?
Yeah.
That's a machine. You understand what I'm saying? That you're not going to stop certain people and
Yeah.
certain corporations. Anyway, what's
I mean,
next?
okay, you could
News
be,
by Nudia.
you could be the machine, but segueing.
This is like all the topics we would never talk about.
but Nudia's
right?
here.
But because it's News by Nudia, we're doing this. All right,
Oh,
next.
okay.
Telemundo.
I wanted to talk about this one. A photographer deletes couple's wedding pictures after being denied food at their wedding. This girl, as a favor, she did their wedding for $250, 10-hour day. The bride and groom said she did not have a seat anywhere at the wedding, could not get any of the food or drinks at the wedding. So she asked if she could leave to go get food, and they said no because you're the photographer.
That's right.
She then
Whoa. Do you not get upset?
She had been working for 6 hours at this point. So she fucking had it, left, and deleted all their wedding pictures.
Wow.
I mean,
It sounds like something a woman would do.
Jesus.
Was it a female photographer?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah. And she only charged $250 for 10 hours.
Yeah, Crooked, you doing a 10-hour event for $250?
No way.
No way. That's what you add more.
That is.
It was a favor. It was if you're doing a favor for a friend, you think you're getting
okay,
I feel like.
All right, you know what? We've all kind of DJ'd weddings, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've DJ'd a wedding.
Yep.
Never and I did a wedding once, and we actually weren't served dinner or a meal, but it wasn't on purpose, and we were cool with it.
Did you guys get some drinks?
We got some. I think it was just kind of like, it wasn't fucking 10 hours.
Yeah,
it was just a reception.
I did a wedding recently, and they like forced me to get. It was a Hispanic wedding, of course, but like they forced me to get food. I'm like, I'm not trying to like eat behind the fucking DJ booth. And
They're like, oh, the music is so bad. Go eat. Go eat.
They like made me eat.
Yeah.
It was cocktail hour. Okay, there's just jazz music on, guys.
Jetting at a fucking Hispanic wedding?
Cocktail.
You got fed at your wedding, right?
Hell yeah, I got fed.
Yeah, he was called the help though.
I got the surf. Oh, that one. Yeah, I just did a recent wedding. I got like this. They had filet mignon and like it was like surf and turf.
Yeah,
mashed potatoes, asparagus. I had a bunch of shots with the groom and the
I'm
bride.
hungry. Jesus, dude.
I forgot you got called the help at
I don't want to sit with that.
And I still ate. I just didn't sit at that table.
So give a little backstory. You were at the table. you were
oh my god! So I was DJing. This is the wedding. This was probably 2017.
Yes.
And it was for a guy I know that works at a record label. And he was like, "Yo, as soon as you're done DJing, put on the mix. We're gonna have dinner." So he was like, "I'm gonna sit you at this seat." He's like, "Everyone's cool. They're like from the record labels. Blah blah blah." So this guy, he sees me, and then he cops an attitude, and he was like, "Yo, like." You're sitting here, and I was like, yeah, how you doing? I'm Darren, I'm the DJ. He was
a
like,
white guy?
Yeah,
older. Old man.
And he looks at the table, and he's like, ha, ha, ha. Like, I didn't know we were sitting with the help.
Ooh, my God.
Like, I went into like Terminator mode, and I was like, yeah. Like, I just felt.
When this motherfucker's angry,
I was like angry, and I was embarrassed. And then I was holding it in because I didn't want to ruin my friend's wedding.
And he doesn't want to look at the angry black man.
Because I would have turned into like the Tasmanian devil and like started ripping people's.
I've never seen you mad.
No, D-Mo's mad is crazy.
I've never seen you mad.
And I just was like sitting there biting my tongue, and then everyone that was at the table was a little embarrassed too. They were like, "I can't believe this mother." Not even the funny thing is they didn't say, "I can't believe he said it." They were like, "I can't believe he said it out loud," as if it was like, "Yeah, we know he's like this, but we really can't believe he just said this out loud."
Oh, they said, "We can't believe you said this out loud."
Yeah. So even in my I'm like analyzing this, like these motherfuckers know him. Wow. They know he talks like this.
Was he joking though?
It was
You said
it was
he
a
wasn't
joke, but it
joking,
was real.
though.
He was serious. And to the point where his wife was leaving like a little embarrassed, and she was like, "Yo, I'm so sorry." And then I ended up getting moved to another table. It was just awkward after that.
You got moved?
Yeah, I like went and I like told my boy slightly because actually I'm sorry. I told the wedding planner because I didn't want to bother my boy.
Oh, you didn't want to ruin his day.
I was just like, this is their special day. Like the last thing I want is for me to be telling them this sad shit.
Yeah.
And on his happy day, you know what I mean? So I told the wedding planner, and she just switched me seats. Because I was uncomfortable at that point. I was like, I don't want to sit
Did he
here
ever apologize?
Hell no, he didn't apologize. A few people from that table after I started back DJing, they came up and was like, "Yo, we're really sorry. Like that was out of line. Like
that's
what
when
you
should have
You're
called
like, if
NAACP.
Yep.
If you're really sorry,
he probably
maybe
owned a
see
Chick-fil-A.
some- You got a 20?
Like I had it like yeah, like I don't know why, man. That shit rubbed me the wrong way so bad, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's some nuts shit.
Yeah,
That's some nutso shit.
But you know what? It ended up being a good night. E-Man actually did the wedding with me. But he wasn't there for
and
that.
he took your seat.
No.
Yeah. Shouts to E-Man.
And the guy who told you to leave, right?
Yeah.
Who called you to help?
Yeah.
He was taking shots with E-Man.
He was
at
like,
the table.
Damn.
He like opened him with welcome arms.
Yeah, because E-Man is, he's the
he's
machine.
Mr.
You heard
LA,
him in the
man.
background. I love a good Asian. I love a good Asian. Drinking with Asians is so fun. Our next Manuria.
Boom, boom, boom. Telemundo.
Jay-Z and LL Cool J were inducted into the 2021 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame along with Dionne Warwick. I
Oh,
didn't want to
yeah.
say it wrong. Dionne Warwick, Tina Turner, Mary J. Blige, Rage Against the Machines. This is the first time Jay was eligible and he was selected. And LL Cool J has been nominated 6 times in the past.
What?
And he finally.
Wait, how in the hell was Dionne Warwick and Tina Turner not already in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, so this is Tina's second time in there. The first time she was in there, she was nominated. It was with Ike Turner. They were nominated together.
Jesus Christ.
So she had to be with a
not
man to
touching
get
that one.
nominated.
Wow, really?
Ike Turner's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I don't know. That kind of bothers me that Ike Turner's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I think it's crazy that LL Cool J got denied 6 times.
6 times.
Yeah,
Like,
because I was looking. I was like, why the fuck is LL Cool J
just
getting
now,
inducted with Jay-Z?
Right.
He should have been inducted like 10 years ago,
Yeah,
right?
he's a generation
way
ahead.
past.
That's crazy. I don't know why motherfuckers, honestly, like, that's already, just hearing it, it sounds dated. It sounds like it's not relevant. And
Like-
yet we put so much importance and so much weight into these things, and they're
Yeah.
not relevant at all. I mean,
It's starting to happen with the Grammys. With it, like, does anyone
The
really
Grammys
care
is
about
really becoming
winning a
relevant,
Grammy
yeah.
anymore? Like,
But I feel like it's because those like things like the Grammys are such a a political thing, like,
That's
and it's
true.
driven by money. At least the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I look at it how I look at sports. It's just based on accomplishments. You know what I mean? Like lifetime achievement accomplishments. And I respect the fact that Jay-Z got in on his first time. But yeah, LL Cool J not getting in the first 6.
wait,
like,
you
that's
see
crazy.
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame like sports accomplishments?
No, I think the criteria for getting in is based on accomplishments, much like it is with
he
sports.
thinks it's less
like your
political.
stats,
I
your
think-
stats kind of like dictate you getting in.
I don't think so.
You think it's still like a popularity thing?
Yeah, because I think
I think it's very,
yeah.
it's off.
Yeah.
Because LL Cool J definitely moved a lot more records than
Accolades.
CERN.
Right.
Yeah,
But
quicker.
it could have been with who
I think the
was
Rock and Roll Hall
eligible
of
that
Fame
year.
I think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is full of shit. They weren't letting like rock and roll artists in.
Yeah, I think that was just maybe
They weren't letting
in
a
recent
lot
time,
of black
right?
artists in.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go back and see when
I
the
mean-
first black artist was in.
I mean, the NWA just got, and Dr. Dre just got inputted, 2015? And they got mad accolades. So, yeah, I think it's...
They might have been among the first.
And then
I think Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is the most irrelevant, and they're doing all of this shit now as a desperate attempt to be relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what
Tupac
I'm
just
saying?
got nominated 2018 or 2019.
But I think
And-
Jay-Z should be like, I don't really care. I'm not gonna show up to
yeah,
this
he
shit.
made... And then
oh no, he showed up in his fucking suit.
Barack and I forgot who else was the ones that... Oh, Dave Chappelle gave
See,
it.
to me, those motherfuckers. The thing with the Grammys, though, the thing is, I think the Grammys are relevant to a certain degree. But the problem is that if you perform on the Grammys or if you win a Grammy, your record sales go up like
Yeah.
fucking 20
Yeah.
30%, right? Or even more. Like
yeah, with the
they
streaming.
go up
yeah.
exponentially, especially if
Yeah.
you're a new artist.
Yeah.
You become a household name.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. With the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I don't think anyone gives a shit.
I think with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they need to change the name because rock and roll is not hip hop. You know, it should just be the
Rock and
the
roll
No,
music.
it
is.
should be- it
Well,
is.
first of all,
It
rock
is,
and roll
yeah.
is hip hop.
But,
It's actually
yeah,
black
I'll take
music.
that
It's
back.
black
I feel like
music.
it should just be the Music Hall of Fame because calling it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to me that's dated. Like that
I
name
mean,
in itself just sounds dated.
Here's the thing: is that we could think it's irrelevant, but if I'm someone that's worked my whole life at a career, if I'm Jay-Z and I get inducted, I'm gonna be fucking excited. You know what I'm saying? Like, you work your whole life. It's nice. He got video messages from LeBron James, Beyonce. Beyonce wasn't there, okay? But she sent him a fucking video message. And so did Barack Obama. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it must be nice.
I watched his acceptance speech and I was really happy that he acknowledged Dame Dash.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
To me-
trying to fix things with Dame Dash.
To
he
me,
said.
like that was important because I was waiting to see if he was gonna kind of like acknowledge the dudes that he came up with and started Rockefeller Records with, and the fact that he named Biggs and Dame, like that meant a lot to me to see him be on that level of maturity to do that because he could have
He
easily.
was kind of petty, though. He said, I know me and Dame don't ever see eye to eye, but
yeah,
I wouldn't be here without him. I was like, oh, okay,
yeah.
I get it. Somebody that she failed to mention, I don't know if it was on the list, Clarence Avant got inducted as well, which is the Black Godfather.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
wow.
yeah.
Damn.
Big deal.
I don't know, man. I honestly, I understand the history behind it, and I
But
like,
I'm surprised like Jay-Z is giving it that much attention.
I don't. Yeah, it's a little.
I mean,
And it's Jay-Z who fucking boycotted the fucking Grammys at a point.
okay, but you guys won a like Las Vegas Weekly Award?
You know,
Are you guys gonna be like? You guys are excited because you're like, we worked hard. We're getting some recognition.
First of all,
Like
we
it's
didn't
nice.
know we're nominated. But
you
we
guys
won.
got-
we got what? She's saying that we got.
The Las Vegas podcast
Like,
of the
You
year.
know,
What,
it's like
20
you guys being like, oh, I don't
2020.
care about this shit. I don't care about.
I mean, we got the
a magazine.
2021 best DJ podcast
Yes.
in Las Vegas from the Las Vegas Weekly magazine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're saying that.
That would be like you guys being like, this is a magazine. It's irrelevant. Like, who fucking reads
But
that
Las
magazine?
Vegas Weekly holds
You
weight
guys
in the
would be
city.
excited though, like
I mean, no, I see your point.
Yeah.
My only thing is like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has had a lot of motherfuckers hate on them
Yeah.
for like decades because they failed to to be inclusive with all races and all genres of music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that their history is kind of shaky. Like it's had a lot of ridicule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for them to like finally get it right now, like you
too
said,
little, too late.
It's,
I know.
It's
You
kind
know
of like
what?
a petty shit too.
I'm allowed to be petty
Petty.
and be like, and to say they're relevant and that what they're doing is a desperate attempt at trying to be relevant because it is. You know what I'm saying?
1,000. Yeah, 1,000.
So,
yeah, no, I see them. I see the
you
marketing.
feel me? So like
I see
them
the marketing.
including hip hop artists in the last 5 years. Hip hop's been
Like
around for
heavily.
how many decades now? 50 plus?
Google says Aretha Franklin was the first.
What
What
year was
was
that?
that?
1986.
Oh shit! Oh my gosh!
I mean, that says it all, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how long? Like when was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame established? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this had to
check
go
that.
back in the 60s.
And then it
maybe.
following her, then it was like James Brown, Little Richard.
Right.
And let me see what
And
was
Little
established.
Richard should have been way
You
before
motherfucker
Aretha.
started rock and roll.
Yeah, he started the fucking rock and roll.
Yeah, how could you be inducted
And,
in the 80s or 90s?
90s at that point.
Oh
probably.
my god.
Oh my god! And you started rock and roll.
I'd be fucking
You're the reason why
pissed.
rock and roll's. Yeah.
I want to know now.
But Aerosmith was probably before them. Aerosmith probably was the first
I
one.
don't know about Aerosmith, but Aerosmith was still kind of young in the 80s. You fucking
Oh, it said it was founded April 20th, 1983.
83.
Yeah.
Oh, so 4 years later, they inducted a black person.
Yeah.
Why you do that face, Greg?
I thought it was around a lot longer, to be honest with you.
I thought, yeah.
Me too.
I mean, it sounds like it holds weight, but
Yeah, maybe I don't know much about it.
it's still like it's not something you should be proud. Like, if the house is burning crooked, like, what are you gonna go grab? Your first Grammy or your first Hall of Fame?
I don't know. Like if I was doing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I would have had a ton of more black people in the first. Like, every year would have been
The
something.
first inductee should have been.
But not
the
only
original.
that, I think it was like, I guess it's like, well, we only do rock and roll. We don't do hip hop,
Yeah.
right? And I think they were very anti hip hop.
And then they got like,
But the question is
history.
When
like,
hip hop became mainstream, maybe.
was Eminem inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Oh,
I don't think he is.
gee,
Google that shit.
I don't think so. Eminem.
hold on, let me. Sorry.
I don't think he is. I feel like, I don't know. I don't feel like I've ever remember hearing anything about him being in the.
The Beastie Boys is in the Rock and Roll Hall
Yeah.
of Fame.
Yeah.
Beastie Boys came out around the time as LL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's a great
Damn.
point. And he's
But
just
they're
now
more-
getting in.
I mean, they have Rick Rubin behind them.
Yeah,
so
but
did LL.
LL.
Oh shit.
When did Run DMC get inducted? Run DMC was 2009.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's crazy. And they had their greatest success in the 80s.
Yeah, man, this is insane.
So almost 30 years later.
Beastie Boys was what? Probably
2012.
Beastie
Yo,
Boys
it's
was
a good-
2012.
It's
Hold
a
on.
good year for Jay. He fucking has his Tiffany sponsorship.
Yeah, 2012.
Fucking-
We'll do more research next time, and we won't fuck that up. All right, y'all. Next week we'll probably have Neva. Hopefully.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
Get
Prayers.
well
Feels better.
soon.
All right, y'all.
Prayers.
We're out. Peace.
Bye.
If you want to watch more episodes from R.O.A.D Podcast, click either links on the left or the right. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page and get updated on new uploads throughout the week. Peace.